Beautiful. Thank you.
Yep.
Please join us now for our opening sentences. Come to us this night, O God.
Come to us with this light.
Speak to us this night, O God. Speak to us in your truth. Dwell with us this night, O God. Dwell with us in love. We gather here in your presence, God.
In our need, bringing with us the needs of the world.
We come to you, for you come to us in Jesus.
And you know by experience what human life is like.
We come with our faith and with our doubts.
We come with our hopes and with our fears.
We come as we are because you invite us to come.
And you have promised never to turn us away.
Please join me in prayer. Spirit of truth and judgment, who alone can cast out the powers that grip our world at the point of crisis, give us your discernment, that we may accurately name what is wrong and know the way that leads to peace. God of all creation, who has come to us in Jesus, lead us in your way of love and fill us with your Spirit. Choose us to bring good news to the poor, to proclaim liberty to the captives, to bring sight to the blind, and set free the oppressed. So shall your new creation come, and your will be done. Through Jesus Christ. Amen. Our hymn tonight is Be Thou My Vision, and Lauren's going to sing that for us.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. Be thou my vision, and thou my true word. I ever
And now a reading and reflection from Diane.
Tonight's reading is Psalm 29, verses 1 through 11. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings, ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name, worship the Lord in holy splendor. The voice of Lord is over the water, the God of glory thunders the Lord over mighty waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful, the voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars, the Lord breaks the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf, and Shiron like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord flashes forth flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord causes the oaks to whirl and strips the forest bare, and in his temple all say glory. The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord sits enthroned as king forever. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. Hey, everyone. It's nice to see you. This week, I've been thinking a lot about voices. I'm a pretty chatty person. And I don't know if I've ever, even in the midst of, 100 middle schoolers, craved as much silence as I have in the last week and a half. I just feel like everywhere I turn, there's voices and just people talking at each other. And I feel exhausted. I feel so exhausted from it that even the voices that are important, I can't hear because I just feel like I'm tuning things out. And it's hard, like with all that noise, to discern the voices I should be hearing or I should be listening to. And so when I read this and the repetition of God's voice, I don't know where that is. I want to be able to tell you that I'm finding it and I'm hearing it, but I'm not. I'm not. And I feel like things feel like wilderness. And I'm not sure how to get quiet or how to discern from all the noise. And that's where I am today.
Thank you, Diane. We now go into a time of prayer. Put on gallery view so I can see all of you. I welcome you to raise your hand or unmute yourself when you're ready to share a prayer. Burns.
I have two, and they're both pretty big. One is for my mother-in-law. I just found out that she went to the emergency room at Emerson Hospital. It's not, I don't think there's a fear that it's COVID, but she has other issues with her breathing, and there's fluid in her lung, and that needs to be released. And she's pretty old. I think she's 95. So for my mother-in-law, whose name is Ruth. The second one is a trickier one to say, but it feels important to me, and I'm grateful for space to say it. There is indeed lots of talking in the air, and it's a lot of time. It's a time when we're looking seriously and giving an overdue look at policing in America, and I'm glad we're doing that, and that is right. I'm also very much aware that I have known and worked with and encountered good officers, good policemen and women. And I also know there are people in our community that know even more than I do. And this time is really painful. So I'm I know a few days ago, Jerry had us pray for salvation. I'm going to pray for salvation as a catch-all, but I am thinking of officers and other first responders in a really challenging time, and praying for them and praying for people who care for them.
Thank you.
Can I go, Debbie?
Sure.
Yeah, my spirit was so in agreement with Burns last night, but I couldn't talk because I wanted to reflect on Katie. And I didn't see her, so I wanted to wait. But I wanted to let her know that when she was speaking Friday, that I dismantled you and Burns and Debbie's and all the pastors. I took off your robes, I took off your collars, and I saw and I heard Katie, a woman of God, somebody that walks like us, breathes like us, feels pain like us. And I want to let you know I saw that. I heard that and I felt that. And you people have to be accountable for us. And you walk and try to keep us comfortable and try to keep us reassured. But I think we have to understand that you have pain just like we do, and you have feelings like we do. And I constantly lift not just you and Burns and Debbie up, but all the pastors, North, East, South, and West. I think it's very important that we not just look at those robes and think, God, is that some supernatural powers on you, or takes all your pain and all your feelings away. It doesn't, he doesn't roll like that. He's appointed you to do a task, and you have a job, and it is a job. I've dealt with pastors in the past, and one significantly very important and very special to me over the years. And I've seen what can happen in their lives. So yes, you deserve, we are our brother's keeper, and we are your keeper also. And you deserve that prayer. Actually, it's a privilege to be able to lift all of you up before God. And I think everybody should hear that, and everybody should do that. Everybody should know that. So I'm looking past your robes, still recognizing who all of you are, and asking God to constantly bless you and to strengthen you, give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding each and every day, not just you three, but all the pastors everywhere throughout the world.
Thank you, Geraldine. Alice.
I have a here for Geraldine, and two other things I'd like to say. I've known some really good police officers. I know of some really bad ones. I'm not close to them. And I am hopeful that when the world changes as a result of everything that's happening these days, that the really good police officers will feel so much support for being who they are in the world and on the force, that there will no longer be a code of silence for the men and women in blue, that when someone is abusing someone else or stopping people on the street who shouldn't be stopped, that another officer will be willing to say, let's move on, let's not do this, and stop the action. And I know it's really hard for the men and women who are supposed to be protecting all of us, but right now, because the good people don't have the laws or the support to do it, the bad people get away with killing people, with killing Black men in particular, but with just killing people with no one standing up for those people. And even when people from the street say, stop, he can't breathe, they get to keep going because not another officer who might really care feels as though he or she has the ability to say stop. So I am very hopeful that as things change, that our relationship, the police officers' relationship with each other and with all the men and women in uniform, and that the relationships with us change, and that it is what we've always wanted it to be. And that if policing goes away, it goes away because people are being cared for and don't need to steal and don't need to fight and are being cared for emotionally and physically. So that's my number one after here to Jerry. And my final one is prayers of continued support and love and health for my mom and for all the people who work at Standish Village, that and all the other assisted living and nursing homes in the country, really. But that all of these workers and all of these people who've had so much happen to them because of COVID-19, that they really all feel our love and support, our continued love and support now and even when COVID isn't here anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Yes, Holly.
Just continued prayers for Martha. We're making slow progress. So, yeah.
And for Holly. Lauren, did you have a prayer?
Yeah, just a prayer for Standish Village. And again, what Alice said, a prayer for all long-term care facilities, because now we're in the phase where we're starting to reopen things. And just like the rest of the world, are thinking about what that looks like and how to keep people safe. So prayers for us, and prayer of celebration that, you know, I work with some pretty amazing people, and I'd like to just specifically lift up our resident care director, Jessie. I think she's phenomenal at her job, and she actually won some kind of award from JetBlue. She was nominated by a family member and won like a Heroes Among Us award or something. So she gets 2 round-trip airline tickets anywhere she wants to go. And I just think that's great. You know, she really worked so hard through this whole thing, and she deserves a lot of credit.
That's great. Thanks, Lauren. Are there other prayers? All right. Let us be in a time of prayer together.